really excited for the season to start. I obviously missed last year, so I feel like it's a really great opportunity to kind of get a few points up on the board when you're not defending any, but more so just really looking forward to implementing a lot of the things that we've been working on during off season. Questions?
You haven't been here, I think maybe 10 years ago.
I think so, yeah.
You were unqualified. What have you made of the city, the event so far?
It's great. Yeah, I haven't been for 10 years, and I was here for a very short stay last time I was here, so hopefully I can do a little bit better than that. But I mean, it's beautiful. I've always said that I really enjoyed my time in Auckland, and I had always really wanted to go back. So when I got the opportunity to come back, I was really looking forward to it. And so far, we haven't gotten to see a whole lot of Auckland, but we've already done a lot of eating, which has been great so far. But looking forward to hopefully seeing a little bit more of the city.
Apart from winning, what are your initial goals coming back?
I mean, I think the big thing is everyone is, just trying to get their feet wet and try to get back into match play. And it's been, 2 months, which isn't that long, but I feel like there's always those, preseason jitters and trying to get just back into competition. So I feel like it's really doing that, and then also really just trying to work on putting all of the things into matches that we've really been practicing and trying to push yourself to do, as uncomfortable as that might be, because it ultimately not only this week but can really help you in the later weeks in the season.
Where have you come from training wise? Were you in the States? Or?
Yeah, I was in Florida.
Kia ora, Madison. Congratulations on your wedding.
Thanks.
Is New Zealand maybe a bit of a honeymoon option for you somewhere?
Maybe one day when I'm not working. I would prefer not to have to work while on my honeymoon. So, we haven't exactly gotten to do it. So maybe in the future we'll come without tennis rackets and have an actual time.
Is there anything that you've seen or heard about, other players talked about, that you really want to do in New Zealand post-victory?
I've had a lot of friends actually who've come to New Zealand, and one friend in particular spent like 2 weeks here, and she basically, she saw the North Island, the South Island, she went everywhere. So she's given me a whole list of things that I need to do, so I'm going to hopefully work my way through that.
And the eating, what was your favourite eating spot in Auckland?
Honestly, so far, pretty much everywhere I've gone, I've ordered lamb because it's my favorite, and it's truly some of the best that I've ever had. So I'll probably just start ranking places solely based on lamb.
Good protein for you.
Madison, you welcome back. You come in as top seed. Does having that tag alter the way you approach a tournament at all?
I don't think so. I think no matter what the number is next to your name, or if you even have one, you always kind of feel the same. There's always that same level of pressure and expectation and the same amount of nerves. Obviously, I think there's the reality of that everyone that is playing you is playing probably a little bit more free, but I feel like at this point in my career that's happened quite a few times, so just something I've gotten used to.
And have you had a look at the field, and if so, what do you make of it?
I don't usually look at the draw. I just kind of look at the round that I'm in, who I'm playing, and I'm usually impressed and someone tells me who I'm playing the next round and I'm surprised. So all I know is who I've got first round.
Madison, you've had a lot of success in your career already. Where would you say you're at in terms of where you want to go?
I think that I've obviously had some really great years. I've had some lulls of years, but I think last year I played some really good tennis. I didn't get to play a very full schedule with a lot of injuries, but I think that's just part of getting older and playing the sport. So I think this year the goal is obviously to really just try to continue the form that I had last year and make a few tweaks to my game and see, hopefully have a few less injuries and see if I can string some more tournaments in a row. And I think if I'm able to do that, then I think good things are going to happen. And at the end of the year, hopefully I can move some ranking spots up.
Is it getting harder with all the young players coming through and just the standards seem to be going up all the time?
I think Yes and no. I think there's so many great players now, and I definitely think the kind of average of players has just gotten much higher compared to when I first started. But I'd also be lying if I said that it's like I played Serena so many times and had to play Venus and Maria and kind of like the greats of the sport. I felt like I played them consistently throughout my career years ago. So I would say yes and no. So I think it's kind of hard to compare. I almost feel like I've been living in two different eras of tennis, and it's hard to compare one to the other just because they're different.
Do you feel that gives you a unique perspective that you were there for the Serena and Venus and now with Iga and Sabalenka, that you sort of cross both sort of eras of tennis?
I think it just makes me old, honestly. I've had some of the girls ask, like, they've like thrown names out, and I'm like, oh yeah, I played her, and they're like, you played her? Really? I'm like, yeah, I did, not that long ago, but.
And you're playing here this week. I mean, was it feel just to change things up, try different things in terms of you build up for the Australian Open?
Yeah, I think I've kind of played every combination of tournaments leading into the Australian Open, and this just felt like a really good opportunity. And like I said, really, I think at this point of the season, you're trying to get out and implement what you've been working on, but you also really just want to try to get as many matches and wins and kind of get the momentum going as early as possible.
There's a thing called the Sky Tower bungee jump where you bungee
No,
off
I
the
will not
tall-
be doing that. I like the
Okay,
ground.
you just did it. Coco did it last year.
Good
right?
for them. I'll watch. I'll support from the ground. But no, I will not be doing that.
You have time for two more.
And what's it like for you having so many Americans on tour? There's a lot here this week, for example, but there's just a lot in general. Seems like a really good new generation.
I think that's great. There's obviously there's kind of the group of us that grew up through juniors together and have known each other for a long time, and it's always really nice to kind of have a group of friends that you've known since you were really young, and we're all traveling this crazy circus together. And then there's a group of really great younger women that are I think they're not only great players, but it's been really nice to be able to kind of get to train with them and be around them. And I think the U.S. is in really good hands with them.